Welcome to the deep dive. Today
Wow.
we're jumping into a topic that looks like fun on the surface, but wow, it gets really complex really fast. We're talking video game cheats and hacking, and it's moved way beyond, silly extras.
Yeah,
It's actually a huge multi-million-dollar black market.
that's right. We've got these excerpts from Cheat Code Mafia, the $1 million black market of hacks.
Yeah, and our mission today is basically to unpack this whole thing, the scale, the tech, the ethics, or maybe the lack of ethics, and where it's all heading.
Exactly, because, when you think cheat codes, you might picture the old days, quirky little secrets.
Right.
But this material shows something totally different, a really organized ecosystem with serious money involved.
Okay, let's get into that. I mean, I remember playing the original Mafia back in 2002
Uh-huh.
and messing with codes like Big Head Mode. Just harmless fun.
Yeah, exactly. But the landscape now,
Yeah.
it's shifted so much.
So how different are we talking?
Well, the contrast is pretty stark. Those old cheats, they were built in Easter eggs almost.
Yeah.
What we see now uses external software, services, and the money involved.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
genuinely wild. The text mentions this University of Birmingham study, pegging the annual market for cheats around $73 million.
73 million annual.
Really? Yeah. Just let that sink in.
Wow. Okay. And people are paying serious cash for these things individually too, right?
Yeah.
The source says like up to $240 a month for PUBG or Apex Legends cheats.
Yep. That's the level we're talking about.
What kind of advantage is worth that much? What's the payoff for the player?
Well, partly it's ego, dominating leaderboards, feeling like a gaming god.
Right. The bragging rights.
But maybe more importantly, especially with esports booming,
Mhm.
there's actual money on the line. Big money.
Ah, the prize pools.
Exactly. Millions of dollars in some cases. So the temptation to get an edge, even an unfair one, it becomes really strong. It's basic human nature amplified by huge financial stakes.
That clicks.
Yeah.
Especially when you think about those massive tournament prizes. The text gave that example, the CSGO coaches.
Oh, yeah.
Using that spectator bug to spy on the other team. That's not just messing around, that's serious. It affects careers, money.
Absolutely. It really shows how high the stakes have become. And the tech behind these cheats, it's light years beyond typing in a code.
So yeah, we've gone from up, up, down, down
Yeah.
to something way more complicated. What's this tech arms race look like?
It's fascinating, actually. The level of technical skill involved. You've got aimbots, obviously, locking onto enemies.
It's a classic cheat.
Right, and wall hacks, letting you see through walls. But that's just the start. Now we're seeing AI.
AI-driven cheats. How does that work?
They're designed to mimic human aiming, human movement.
Yeah.
Slight variations, maybe missing a shot occasionally, makes them way harder for anti-cheat systems to flag.
So it blurs the line between skill and software.
Exactly. Raises
Yeah.
some really interesting questions there.
And the game developers, they're fighting back, obviously.
Yeah.
The source mentioned Valorant's Vanguard system.
Oh, yeah. They have to. These anti-cheat systems are getting super sophisticated, too. They often run at the kernel level of your computer.
Deep down in the operating system.
Right. Lets them monitor everything very closely, which, also brings up privacy discussions.
Sure.
But the thing is, the cheat makers, they're always adapting, always finding ways around the defenses. It's this constant battle. Some cheat services even offer, 24/7 customer support.
Customer support for cheating software. That's wild.
Tells you how professionalized it's become, doesn't it? It's an underground industry.
And the scale can be huge, too. Like those auto farm bots in Mafia City the text mentioned. One service running 300 accounts at once.
Yeah, imagine the impact.
What do they do to a game?
Well, things like that can totally wreck the in-game economy. Causes inflation, messes up the balance of resources the developers intended.
It just ruins it for legit players grinding away.
Exactly. It diminishes their effort. And it's interesting, this idea of automated advantage. The source connects it back to even earlier stuff, like Mafia Boy.
Oh, right. The kid who took down Yahoo and CNN back in 2000. How's that related?
Well, it's about the evolution of disrupting things online, maybe. He used a botnet, right? A network of hacked computers.
Yeah, to flood their servers.
So while it wasn't in-game cheating, it was using automated tools, networks, to overwhelm and manipulate established systems. You could see it as a kind of proto-cheating, maybe, a precursor to the sophisticated stuff today.
That's an interesting link. Okay, let's loop back to the Mafia games themselves, since the source uses that title. The series seems to show this shift in thinking pretty well.
It really does. The original Mafia, like you said, had those fun built-in cheats, almost like the devs were winking at you.
Yeah, the boxer code for giant hands
Hmm.
was just silly fun.
Totally. Part of exploring the game. But then you get to the Mafia Definitive Edition.
And they're gone.
Gone. The text suggests it's about integrity. There's a much bigger focus now on fair play, a consistent experience for everyone, even in single player.
So keeping the intended challenge.
Seems like it. And Mafia III went even further, right? Ditch traditional cheats altogether, which, the source says, made getting good weapons more of a grind.
Right, so the devs made a conscious choice there. But even when they try to lock things down, players find ways, don't they? Like that infinite cache glitch in Mafia III.
Exactly. In the French Ward district, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That's key. Even without official cheats, player ingenuity or just stumbling onto bugs can lead to exploits. It shows this constant push and pull between developers controlling the experience and players finding ways to, well, bend the rules.
Which brings us neatly to the ethics of it all. Because it's not black and white, is it?
Not at all. There's definitely a range of views. Like the text points out, cheating in single player. Most people are probably okay with that.
Right, if it only affects you. Like modding Skyrim or something.
Yeah, you're just customizing your own sandbox. It's your fun.
But multiplayer is a whole different story. That Call of Duty streamer caught using wall hacks live. That impacts everyone else.
Totally different. In multiplayer, cheating directly harms other people's experience. It fosters toxicity, breaks trust. It's just against the whole spirit of competition.
And it costs developers real money to fight, right? Riot Games investing tons in Vanguard.
Huge amounts. It's a significant operational cost just trying to keep things fair.
Feels like they're always one step behind, though. The text mentioned that study saying no anti-cheat system is unbreakable.
Yeah, that really sums up the challenge. The cheat makers are incredibly persistent and adaptive.
So what are the potential ways forward? Are there solutions being discussed?
Well, the text touches on a couple of ideas, like maybe having designated ethical cheating zones or modes, sandboxes where people can mess around without ruining competitive matches.
Interesting.
And there's a lot of development in AI for detecting cheats in real time, trying to spot those unnatural patterns, even the subtle ones.
So tech fighting tech, basically. But it's not just about the tech, is it? The community plays a role, too.
Absolutely. The text mentions those Mafia City forums.
Yeah, players debating cheats versus playing legit.
That kind of community discussion, defining what's acceptable, is vital. The long-term health of any game depends on players believing it's mostly fair.
And esports is clamping down, too, obviously.
Oh, yeah. More in-person events, hardware checks, AI monitoring during matches.
Yeah.
They have to, with so much money involved.
It's weird, though. Sometimes these cheating scandals almost give a game more attention, right? Like that Mafia III cache glitch going viral.
That's a strange paradox, isn't it? Sometimes controversy generates buzz, short-term attention.
The long term.
Long-term, widespread cheating can kill a game. If players lose trust, feel like the system is rigged, they'll just leave. It erodes the foundation.
So wrapping this up, we've really dug into how complex this whole cheating world is. From, simple fun codes to this massive tech-driven black market.
Yeah, we've seen the tech arms race, the ethical gray areas, the fight for fair play.
Right. It's evolved so much.
It really has. And looking at this constant battle, cheats getting smarter, anti-cheats getting stronger, it makes you wonder, doesn't it?
What's that?
Is this just the future? An endless cycle of cheating and caching cheats in competitive games? Or could we see something totally different emerge? A new way of thinking about fair play that changes the game entirely.
That's a heavy thought to end on. An endless arms race or a paradigm shift. And you wonder if these same battles, this testing of trust and rules, are happening elsewhere online too, beyond just games.
Good question. It certainly feels relevant.
Well, thanks for digging into this with me. Fascinating stuff.